session 16 of the module Recon. Here in this session, we'll be learning all about directory brute forcing or so-called directory busting. The table of content for this session will be directory brute forcing, file extension based searching, JS file discovery. Here we'll be learning all about certain tools under directory brute forcing. So the thing is, when a web application sends a request or a user sends a request to the web application from the browser, it goes to the server and search from those files and directory and gives us the response what is requested for. So here we will be searching what are those files and folders present on the web server of the web application or on any specific certain server. So the very first is directory brute forcing. With the help of brute force, we can forcefully know what are those directories or what are those folders which are quite present over there. Now proceeding towards the very first tool of today is Durv. Durv is a command line based tool to brute force any directory based on word lists. Durv will make an HTTP request and see the HTTP response code for each request. Now the question might be rising, how does Durv works? It internally has a word list file which has by default around 4000 words for brute force attack. There are a lot of updated word lists available over the internet which can also be used. Durv searches for the words in its word list in every directory or object of a website or a server. It may be an admin panel or a subdirectory that is vulnerable to the attack. The key is to find the object as they are generally hidden. So let's see and look into the demonstration or the working of Durv in our Kali Linux. So it's a pre-installed terminal. It's a pre-installed tool. As I have already told, it's a command line tool. So let's fire up our terminal and let's become super user, that is root. Let me increase the font size a bit so that things will be pretty much clear to you. Now, first just type Durv and hit enter. It will show you all the helping menu and what are the arguments you could pass it along with the Durv command. So here it says Durv URL base and a word list if I want to change the word list. Then with A I can provide agent string. With B I can use the path as in -c. I can set a cookie for the HTTP request. -e it's a client certificates path. -f I could find tunnel of not found 404 direction. -h header string. -i use case insensitive search. -l print location header when found, and so on. We have got so many parameters or arguments which I can pass. By default, the usage of Durv goes as in, you can just directly type Durv space http colon double slash web scan test.com. So you just need to provide it with a server's name or IP address or the domain name on which you want to perform a brute force. And let's see what information we are supposed to get here. So here with the Durv's default word list, it searches the URL for almost 4000 object types. Then Durv begins the scan, looks for those keywords among the website's object which are present in its by default word list, which is usr share Durv word list common.txt, and here it will be showing you what are other words. So it's gonna take a little amount of time. So apart from waiting, we can't do anything so far. So we can just wait for it to get its whole word list get completed. So meanwhile it is processing, we can skip for the time being. Once it's done, I will be back with further more things. So I am okay. So it says warning, all responses for this directory seems to be code 403. Use mode hyphen w if you want to scan it anyway. So I can use hyphen w for scanning this thing, and I can go for http colon double slash web scan test.com. Let's reconfirm the website again. Triple w dot sorry http colon double slash webscantest.com space hyphen w. It says if I want to scan it anyway, so let's try to find out. In case, I guess the server could be down, so let's do one thing. Instead of performing the scan on the website, in case the server is down, let me start my metasploit table too, which will be pretty much useful in performing the same kind of scan. So I will be running this entire scan on metasploit table too if things won't work fine with this web application over here. So in that case, it's not always necessary that it's going to work. Sometimes there could be a IPS, IDS, or firewall might be preventing, or even a WAF might be preventing it. So I guess so. In our case, the web applications WAF might be preventing it, or the website or the server on which we are scanning could be down for certain reason. Won't be up for some specific reason. For the timing, we will be using another domain or which is quite present inside my system itself, and which will be vulnerable to all those attacks which we will be performing right now. That is, I am talking about our own vulnerable machine, that is metasploitable, which will be working as a live simulator for us in this today's session. So let's ping out whether this web application is working or not. Let's go for ping space 192.168.98.190, and the pings are going, I'm pretty much sure. So the web application might also be up. Let's check out the same thing inside our browser itself, whether we are able to browse the web application or not. Let's go with it. 192.168, and let's see. For dbwa I'm talking about, yes, the web application is working perfectly fine. It's giving me dbwa's login page. So I will be using this directory or this specific web application for us to work upon, that is http colon double slash 192.168.98.190 slash dbwa, and hit the key, and let's see and check out. It's working fast in a specific manner. It says certain directories have been found, and it has given me all those results within just a minute, that these directories are quite present inside my dvwa's directory and dvwa's folder up here. So that's what I was talking about. Whole of the url will be scanned, and it says is listable, directory is listable, we need to scan it. Use hyphen w if you want to scan it anyway. So I'm going for hyphen w and hit enter, and let's see the difference here which I will be getting with this scan. As you can see above, downloaded and found that much files over here. The end time was this. Now if you will scroll up, and you will be seeing certain directories and certain files are quite present over here. So that's how you can actually check or use your Durv for performing a directory brute forcing over here. Now once we are done with it, once we are done with it, so it can also work upon a recursive manner. If we want to go for hyphen with a recursive, and we'll be able to find out different information over here, and certain things we'll be able to find out. So depending upon the parameters which we have gone over here, let's say in some scenarios where time is inefficient, we set the directory to not scan recursively. So instead of hyphen w, I will be providing it with the parameter hyphen r, so it won't set for a recursive way, that is it will be just giving us a specific information quite over there. Same way, I have gotten an extension header or extension parameter with a certain specific file. So what I can go for is, I could use hyphen x parameter along with the target url with a certain extension. For example, let's say I want to go for .php file, so I will be using hyphen capital X and .php. So it will be just telling me or grabbing me only those files which will be having an extension of .php. Okay, now if I want to have an extension, or if I want to have all those files and folders which are having this keyword php, so instead of hyphen x, I will be going for hyphen h. So it will be telling all the files and folders having .php inside it or in it. As you can see, the result varies. Perfect. Now, same thing we can go for certain username or login credentials as well. That is when we can pass it down certain authentication specific thing, that is certain username and password if we are able to give it. So let's say when we talk about our information here, so I can go for slash login dot php, and I can try to pass it down certain specific credential, let's say admin colon password for dbw, and let's try to check out what will happen if we are able to gain the access of the web application and we are an authenticated user over there. Now meanwhile it is searching for the things, Durv also performs another kind of scan over here which says it goes for special vulnerable list. We can use Durv to test for specific vulnerable objects within specific type of web technology. Each web technology has different vulnerabilities. They are not all the same. Derb can help us look for specific vulnerable objects specific to a particular technology. In Kali, Derb has a word list to search for these vulnerabilities often hidden object. You can find that word list at this location in which I am going to go for, that is cd space slash usr share word lists, and I can go for the list it over here and you will find ones cd space vulns do a ls. So these are the vulnerabilities of certain information. So I know the web application which is running over there is a apache server, so I will be running apache on that target over here once this thing is completed. So I guess it's gonna take a huge amount of time again for performing this scan where we have got an authenticated session, because there might be certain files, certain folders which are only accessible once the user is an authenticated user inside the web application. So there's always a difference between those users who are authenticated as well as who can perform different kind of scans and results scans over the web application. So there will it's gonna be a little time consuming effort, but it's worth trying, because we really don't know what kind of files and folders are accessible to a user or to a hacker once he will be able to log in into the web application and he can try to perform all sort of brute force attacks inside the web application. So we can wait, let's proceed to our next scan using Durv, which is searching for vulnerabilities. Let's clear it. I will be running the same thing without login. That is on dbwa, and I will be searching for the word list using the word list usr share word lists Durv ones apache.txt. So it says word list is this, url base is this, scan is 30, and we haven't got any specific vulnerability over here. So being apart from this thing, I can just go for a small nmap scan, so for confirming what is the web server running over there, that is 190 over port 80, and it says http. Let's go for ss sc sv. So it will be pretty much clear for us what kind of web server is running on this specific web application, and I can run the vulnerability. Right? It says apache is working on over it, and I can see apache, it's the same list we just we just run upon. So likewise I can go on testing this thing. Same way I can always go for certain websites also. So instead of this one I can go for testphp.oneweb.com, and let's see whether we are able to find something or not. That's interesting. I got CGI-bin. It says code is 403, and it says found one file, that is CGI-bin. So that's how you can actually go and search for all these kind of word lists present inside your Durbs folder, inside usr share word list Durb folder, and you can go on scanning all around the web application and find out what files and folders are present here, which you can enumerate and take the leverage upon and gain further more information out of it. Another, these two tools are there, Dirbuster and Gobuster. Before proceeding towards these another two tools, let me be clear. All of these directory busting tools work upon the response codes. We have got 5 series of response codes. First is 1xx, which means continue or gives us some informational message. Second is 2xx, which are from 200 to 299, gives us a green flag of successful execution of the request or the command. Third is 3xx series, which means 300 to 399 gives us a redirectional confirmation. Then we have got 4xx series gives us client side error, which are from 400 to 499. It means whether you have entered a wrong request, or you have requested from for wrong resource, or you are not authorized to gain the access of that specific resource. Then we have got 500 series. 500 series means client server side error, which means that either the server is down, or server is broken, or it's under maintenance. So that's why the server cannot proceed with your request. Other these two tools which we have just studied, which we are going to study, Dirbuster and Gobuster. Out of them, Dirbuster is a graphical user interface tool which is not installed or pre-installed in Kali Linux. For installing, you need to give out a command for installation. Navigate yourself or make yourself as the super user and type the command apt install Gobuster. Since I have already installed, it's not going to download and install. It says it's already there. So type Gobuster, or sorry, Dirbuster. For installing Dirbuster, you need to also go for apt install Dirbuster, which is also quite present inside the Kali Linux. So I don't need to install any of these tools. But Gobuster is something which you need to install. Dirbuster is already installed. So let's go with Dirbuster. And it will launch a graphical user interface for you. Now here you just need to give an information about your target and the number of threads you want to go and choose a directory or the dictionary which you want to load inside your Dirbuster. It's provided by OWASP, that is Open Web Application Security Project. Let's give http colon double slash 192.168.98.190 slash dvwa. I want to go a little bit faster, so I will go for go faster. I can choose a directory from my word list which is present inside usr share and word list folder. I can go for Dirbusters. Let's go for small directory which contains almost 17 lakh words, and I can searching for php file extension. Click on start, so it will start giving you the files which are having an extension of .php or php present inside it. It says time to finish is 17 minutes, 16 minutes, 21 minutes. It will keep on fluctuating. So here we are getting certain responses. It says 6 directories and 5 files have been found. Depend upon the response code, it's going to give you the whole information out of it. So same way you can go for tree view, and in tree view you can just check out in which folder you are having this php files, and you can just make a small tree mapping or a site mapping using this specific tool over here. So we can just wait for next 1 hour for it to complete the whole process, and we can map whole of the tree, or we can just process the stop so that it can give I can just show you the information of it. So that's how it's going to work. It says CGI bin says 403 icons, 200 which means present, slash test it's present, 200 it's present, 200 it's present, for Twiki 200 it's present. So I can just give certain more information here. Let's go back and I can just process with slash dvwa, which means I am looking inside a specific folder named as dvwa. Over here I can start again searching out the specific files inside dvwa. It says 3 files have been found. If you will go 3 directories have been found, over 5 directories have been found over here, and you can just check out whole of the information present inside dvwa. Same way you can give it more file extensions like php comma JS and click on start. So it will give you the whole information present inside the same thing. It says two directories have been found, five directories have been found, which contains all of this information based upon the response code of 200 series. And check out, we are getting whole of the response code of 200 series, and I can check out all of the information quite present over here. So that's how you can use your Dirbuster for performing information gathering or performing directory busting attacks. Same way, we have got another tool, that is the third tool, which is again command line interface tool, that is Gobuster. You need to install, it's not pre-installed as I have told earlier. Let's go with Gobuster and hit hyphen h for the helping menu. So you can use this tool for various purpose. You can use the command dir for directory brute forcing, dns for subdomain enumeration, for fuzzing. For help, you can just type the help. For s3 bucket for aws, you can go for s3. Type version, it will show you the current version. vhost uses virtual host enumeration mode, and same way you can go for different information over here. So I can go with Gobuster space hyphen u. I can give http colon double slash 192.168.98.190 slash dvwa. I need to specify a word list. Let's use a word list from usr share word list, and I will be using Dirbuster's word list. That say I'm going to go for a small word list over here and hit the enter key. Oh sorry, I forgot to give a command, that is dir. So dir will tell the Dirbuster to go for directory busting over here, and it's gonna take a little amount of time. It says 87,000 words are there, for which it needs to send a request for these words. So same way, we can wait for a couple of minutes for it to get complete, and we'll be able to go for further more enumeration using the Dirbuster or Gobuster. Moreover, we can actually go for certain more information. Let's say I don't want to get these status codes, so I will be using another command here, which says hyphen n space hyphen hyphen wildcard, and this will be giving, or this won't be giving me status code, it will be giving what are the files and the folders quite present over here. So the difference will be, in the current scanning you won't be getting the status code or the response codes over here. So that's how you can go for searching in a manner where you don't need to go for certain information. Now same way, I don't want to go for banner grabbing, so instead of hyphen n, I will provide hyphen q over here, that is in a quiet mode do the scanning. So I won't be wasting my resource for grabbing all these banners, and rather I would love to go for directory busting or busting my whole information. Now apart from it, what else I can go for? I can increase the threads to certain number. Let's say I am increasing t, that is the threads, to 100, and I am searching it again, and it will be working as per the basis of threads which I have provided it, that is 100 threads it will be going for. Same way, I can use this tool for performing file extension based search. So I can go for searching, instead of hyphen t, I need to provide it hyphen x, hyphen small x. Let's say I want to search for php files, so this time it will be listing only and only php files or the folders in which php files are present, or this word php is present. So basically it's used for searching the file having an extension of .php. That's not only the case, I can use it for enumerating further more resources. Let's say I want to enumerate a website named as https lpu.in, www lpu.in, and I want to search .php files and check out. These are all the PHP files. Now I just need to filter out for which it's going to give me the information for the PHP files over here. So likewise, I can go ahead and search out for various file extensions. Right now I am searching for just PHP. I can just go for JS, that is JavaScript files, and it's searching. And again, I need to filter the result for status code having 200 here. Now, the next thing is, once we are done with those information gathering, file busting or extension based searching, I also need to fast search JavaScript files having extension .js. For gathering information from JavaScript files, I am using another tool named as Burpsoid. So Burpsoid automatically works upon a socket connection which says 127.0.0.1 over port 8080. So it provided me a by default socket. So I need to provide my browser with the same proxy socket. Let's say go for manual proxy configuration under network settings. Okay, 127.0.0.1 as IP and port as 8080. That is the by default port which is provided by our burp. Let's go for lpu.in and hit the enter. And here you will be seeing inside the interception tab or the intercept tab, you will be seeing the request arising for lpu.in. Let's forward it. And let's see, first we need to forward and clear all our intercept tab and check out is there anything left out for performing. So I'm not going to give them my location right now. So forward. Once we are done with all of the forwarding and a dynamic update, it will show that what dynamic request has been going on. Okay, the request has stopped. So I can turn the interceptor on, go to the target, and I can search inside the target for lpu.in. Let's add it to the scope. Let's see the scope. It says only www.lpu.in is present over here. So what I can go for is I can go for a right click, actively scan the host for certain things. Now what I can go for is I can just do a right click and load my engagement tools, and I could go for find scripts. Go for dynamic update. So these are all the scripts which are running at the backend of www.lpu.in. Why I am targeting those scripts is because JS files or JavaScript can contain juicy information like username, password, certain API. So right now I can see here where config equals to API key. So I am having this API key and I am pretty much sure it's for the Google's API key present over here. And user key is also present, which doesn't matter to us, but for the timing here it is considered as a juicy information because it's starting with AIZA. So if it's a Google API key, it should have started with AIZA, and here I am able to find this information. Same way, I can search all of this information over here and I can just check out for more JavaScript files, which is quite present inside my web application. So these are all the scripts. Furthermore, I can load the engagement tools and I can go for search, and in search I can go for in scope only, and let's go for .js and click on go. So it's going to load all of the JS file, that is the JavaScript files which are present. See, again I am getting another api.js. So I am pretty much sure I can have the api.js file over here, and I am pretty much sure I can get certain furthermore API keys. So if you will scroll down here inside the JavaScript files and the JavaScript queries, I can grab further more information depending upon different sort of information I am able to capture from this web application. So that's how you can search for all of the JavaScript files. Apart from it, you can go for certain PHP files and you will be able to check out what other information is quite present inside those PHP files, and try to grab further more juicy information or more sensitive information which can be valuable to you, and you can put your finding inside the report itself. So that's how we can grab all of the JS files or all of the directory busting. Hope I made myself crystal clear. Thank you for being a good participant. Have a very nice day. See you in the next session. Bye bye.